Our time roots, where nature remembers history. Subscribe to dig deeper. Each year, without warning, the lake retreats. Not all at once, slowly, as if exhaling. The mist rolls low across the water. In the early morning hush, it slips back, inch by inch, revealing things it shouldn't. Locals call it the sigh, a rhythm older than the town itself. For 11 months, the water rests like glass. Then, in one sacred week, it breathes. And when it does, the outlines return. Half-sunken rooftops, stone paths beneath the mud, a broken bell tower tilting in silence.
I think I'm getting a reading.
Are you sure it's not interference from the weather system?
Children used to ask what lived beneath the lake, but the elders would only, "It's not what lives there, it's what waits." And now, the waiting is over. Lake bed. The mouth opens, a hollow in stone, shaped by no tool, no hand. Only time, and water, and breath. Circles of moss ripple outward, like fingerprints pressed into the land. Here, the earth remembers. A camera lowers into the dark. The tether strains, the feed goes silent, then static. Then something moves. Limestone pillars rise in the black like ribs. A cathedral carved by erosion, but holding its own kind of silence. A silence that listens back. Symbols etched in stone.
What is that sound?
Too high to reach now, too old
I hear
to
something in
name.
the distance.
Were they warnings or instructions? Later, a journal note never published. 6 words,
It
underlined
breathes.
twice. This isn't a cave. It breathes.
I'll continue this in Chapter 3, but trust me, it gets deeper than you think. Subscribe to Our Time Roots.
They call it the Whisper Stone, a boulder half buried in moss deep inside the cavern. Cold to the touch, warm at the center. It hums, not like a machine, like a memory. Locals say if you press your ear to it, you'll hear voices. Not words, but names. Old names, forgotten names. Names that no one living remembers. Some refuse to go near it. Others return year after year, hoping to hear their ancestors, or to be heard themselves. One recording caught a sound, a breath.
We were told it was rain.
Followed by a syllable, spoken once, never repeated. No source, no echo, only silence after. Scientists blamed vibration, mineral resonance, auditory pareidolia, but the villagers say, the stone remembers everyone.
When you look out over the water, you realize how small your problems really are. The vastness of it all, it puts things in perspective.
When the water returns, it doesn't just rise, it brings something back. Scratched into the driftwood, burned into bark, etched faintly into stone. Names. Dozens of them, none matching any local record. They appear overnight, carried by the flood like messages, signed but never sent. One name, Elias, was found 5 times, carved by different hands. In places no one admits to visiting. Villagers say the names come from below, voices carried by the lake's breath, carried too far and left behind. Some believe the names are warnings, others invitations. A linguist once stayed here for a week, said the names formed a pattern, a prayer, spoken across generations. He left before dawn and never published again. Since then, when names appear, the villagers don't ask why. They just say them aloud, so no one is forgotten.
If you enjoy this story, subscribe and like the video. That's how we'll unlock the next chapter.
It happens in silence. No ceremony, no clock, just a shift in the air. And then, the lake begins to drain. Each year, it leaves behind a trail. Stones smoothed by centuries. Roots curled like fingers reaching up. Paths that don't show on any map.
Yes, it's cold.
But the villagers remember. They gather while they can, boots on soft ground, walking through time. Children are told where to step, what to touch, which stones to greet. Some speak the names they heard last year, out loud, as if answering a roll call. For 3 days, the paths remain dry. Then the water rises again, as if it never left. And for another year, the past returns to sleep beneath the surface.
They're always watching. You can't escape them out here. Not even in the fog.
Elara.
No one knows who first heard it. A voice, soft, broken, calling from the cavern's mouth. It didn't shout. It asked, not for help, not for release, but to be remembered. An old man stayed behind one year after the water rose. He said he just wanted to listen one last time. When they found his notebook, it was soaked, but one sentence remained. She still speaks, but only when I'm quiet. No one replaced him, no one stayed behind again. Now the village waits each year for the breath to come and go, the lake to rise, the names to drift, and the voices to whisper only what they choose. There are no more scientists, no more recordings, just stories, passed quietly from the last listener to the next.
The lake never tells the whole story. It offers moments, glimpses, then pulls them back beneath the surface.
Here's to Lele. If these stories moved you, if the forgotten and the hidden speak to something in you, subscribe to Our Time Roots. Did you enjoy our episode today? If you did, let's dig into another story next Sunday at 10 p.m.